In peace I will both lie down and sleep. For you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. Beloved, let those words settle over you slowly. Sleep was never meant to be a place of fear. The night was never meant to become a battlefield where your thoughts chase you, accuse you, and leave your body exhausted while your mind keeps running. I created rest to be a place of trust, a place where your hands open, your breathing slows, and your heart remembers that I am still watching when you can no longer keep watch over yourself. You did not arrive here by accident. This moment was not random. This message met you in the exact hour your heart needed it. I saw you lying there when the room was dark and everyone else seemed to be resting. I saw the way your body was tired, but your mind would not be still. I saw the thoughts moving one after another, the conversations you kept replaying, the words you wish you had said, the silence you did not understand, the future you tried to solve before morning. I saw the heaviness in your chest. I saw the tension in your shoulders. I saw the quiet question rising inside you. What is wrong with me? Why can I not just sleep? Listen to me, beloved. Nothing is wrong with you because you had a restless night. You are not weak because your heart felt overwhelmed. You are not abandoned because sleep did not come quickly. You are not forgotten because the silence felt heavy. I was there. I was near. I was closer than the thoughts that troubled you, closer than the fear that pressed against your chest, closer than the tears you held back because you did not know how to explain them. The night was not empty. The room was not vacant. The darkness did not mean my presence had left you. Sometimes I allow the noise around you to grow quiet because I am ready to speak to the place inside you that has been covered all day. In the busyness, you keep moving. You keep answering. You keep carrying. You keep smiling when your spirit is tired. But in the quiet, when the distractions fall away, what has been hidden begins to surface, not to destroy you, not to shame you, not to punish you, but so I can touch what you have been carrying alone. This sleepless night was not proof that you failed at resting. It was a holy interruption. It was a tender pause. It was me drawing near to say, my child, let me show you what has been stealing your peace. Let me name the burden before it becomes a chain. Let me uncover the fear before it becomes your voice. Let me meet you here, not when you are strong, not when you have everything together, but right here in the tiredness, in the questions, in the quiet ache of the night. So take a slow breath now. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw soften. You do not have to perform peace for me. You do not have to pretend you are calm before I come close. I come into restless rooms. I come into anxious thoughts. I come into nights where your pillow has heard more prayers than anyone else. I am not waiting for you to fix yourself before I comfort you. I am here to comfort you into healing. And if this message is meeting you in a sleepless season, gently like this video as your quiet agreement that my peace is finding you tonight. Share it with someone who needs peace before morning. Subscribe for prayers that steady the heart when the night feels long. And write in the comments, Lord, speak peace to my night. Let that be your declaration. Let that be your surrender. Let that be the first sound of fear losing its grip. Beloved, hear me clearly. You were not alone in the dark. You were held. You were seen. You were guarded. Your sleepless night was not an empty place. It became a quiet place where I came near to speak. And now, beloved, I want you to understand something deeper about that restless place. Your body was tired, yes. Your eyes were heavy. Your muscles wanted to release. Your mind wanted the relief of sleep, even while it kept circling the same thoughts again and again. But your spirit was listening. Beneath the exhaustion, beneath the frustration, beneath the question of why sleep would not come, there was a deeper awareness moving inside you. Something in you was awake because I was reaching for a place you had been too busy, too afraid, or too weary to notice. You asked, even if you never said it out loud, why has my spirit felt awake when my body is so tired? Why do I feel stirred when I want to be still? Why do I feel like something is pressing on my heart when I only want rest? Hear me with tenderness. It was not because I was condemning you. It was not because I was punishing you. It was not because danger was standing over you, waiting for you to fail. Not every sleepless night is a warning. Not every restless hour is judgment. Sometimes the quiet of the night becomes a sacred room where I make space for truth, correction, comfort, and preparation. There are things your soul has been carrying that your schedule would not let you feel. There are burdens you pushed down so you could keep going. There are questions you tucked away because answering them felt too painful. There are fears you dressed up as responsibility. There are wounds you called normal because you did not have time to grieve them. And when the day became silent, when the phone stopped demanding, when the voices faded, when no one needed anything from you for a moment, your spirit finally had room to say, "I am tired too." Beloved, I did not keep you awake to torment you. I allowed you to become aware because I was ready to heal what you kept surviving. I was teaching you to stop ignoring what your soul has been carrying. You cannot heal what you keep pretending is not heavy. You cannot surrender what you refuse to name. You cannot receive clarity while still calling confusion your home. So in the night, I gently touched the place beneath the surface, not to expose you in shame, but to reveal you in love, not to overwhelm you, but to bring into my hands what has been overwhelming you in secret. Your restlessness was not meaningless. It was your spirit responding to something I was ready to explain. It was your inner life, noticing that my presence had entered the room. It was the part of you that still believes, still hopes, still longs for peace, lifting its head in the dark and listening for my voice. That is why the night felt different. That is why the silence felt full. That is why even your tears had a language. Your body wanted sleep, but your spirit wanted release. Your body wanted rest, but your spirit wanted truth. Your body wanted the night to pass quickly, but your spirit knew I was using the night to bring something into the light. Do not despise the part of you that feels deeply. Do not accuse yourself for being sensitive. Do not call yourself broken because your heart noticed what others ignored. You are not disqualified because you overthought. You are not rejected because anxiety visited you. You are not less loved because exhaustion made you fragile. You are still held. You are still chosen. You are still mine. I do not withdraw from tired children. I draw near to them. I do not shame the weary for needing comfort. I become their comfort. I do not wait until your thoughts are perfectly ordered before I speak peace. I step into the disorder and begin to bring my order there. So, pause with me here. Stay here a little longer. Do not rush past this moment just because it feels tender. Take a slow breath in and let it remind your body that you are safe. Breathe out and let it remind your spirit that you do not have to carry everything alone. Let your hands unclench. Let your shoulders soften again. Let your heart stop bracing for punishment. I am not here to accuse you. I am here to bring clarity. I am here to show you what the night was trying to reveal. There is a difference between panic and spiritual alertness. Panic screams that you are alone, unsafe, and running out of time. My spirit speaks with a steadier voice. My spirit may stir you, but he will not destroy you. He may uncover what is hidden, but he will not crush you with it. He may bring conviction, but never condemnation. Conviction says, "Come closer, child, there is healing here." Condemnation says, "Hide yourself, you are too far gone." And I am telling you now, the voice calling you closer is mine. Tonight, let your spirit listen without fear. Let it listen for the truth that sets you free. Let it listen for the burden I am asking you to release. Let it listen for the lie I am ready to break. Let it listen for the comfort you have needed but did not know how to ask for. The sleeplessness revealed that something inside you needed attention, surrender, and divine clarity. And I am patient enough to sit with you in the dark until you can see it clearly. You are not losing your peace. You are being led back to it. You are not falling apart. You are being gathered. You are not forgotten in the night. You are being taught how to recognize my nearness when the world is quiet. So stay with me. Breathe slowly. Let the noise settle. Let the fear loosen. Let me show you what your spirit has been trying to say, and let me answer it with love. And now, beloved, let me show you what began to rise when the room became quiet. It was not only sleeplessness you were feeling. It was the weight beneath the sleeplessness. It was the unresolved conversation that kept replaying in your mind. The words someone said, the words they did not say, the answer you never received, the apology that never came, the distance you still do not understand. It was the financial pressure that smiled with you in the daytime but sat heavily on your chest at night. It was the grief you tried to outrun, the ache you told yourself you had already accepted, the missing place in your life that still speaks when everything else gets still. It was the fear of the future whispering, what if it does not work out? What if nothing changes? What if I am not ready? What if I lose what I have? What if I never become who I thought I would become? It was guilt from the past rising up like an old voice, reminding you of decisions I have already offered to redeem, moments I have already covered with mercy, mistakes you keep punishing yourself for, even after I have called you to come closer. It was the pressure to hold everything together, to be strong for everyone, to keep answering, keep providing, keep smiling, keep managing, keep moving, even while something inside you was quietly asking, "Who is holding me?" I kept you awake long enough to notice what was stealing your peace. Not because I wanted you afraid, but because I wanted you free. Daytime busyness can hide pain. It can cover the ache with errands, meetings, messages, noise, tasks, responsibilities, and the constant movement of survival. You can go through an entire day carrying a burden and never stop long enough to feel its full weight. You can answer people while ignoring your own soul. You can solve problems while refusing to admit that your heart is tired. You can look functional and still feel fragile. You can appear calm while a war is being fought behind your eyes. But nighttime silence reveals what has been ruling the mind beneath the noise. When the world quiets down, the thoughts that have been waiting underneath begin to speak. And for a while, beloved, some of those thoughts were speaking too loudly. They were not gentle. They were not truthful. They came dressed as wisdom, but they were fear. They came dressed as responsibility, but they were control. They came dressed as preparation, but they were torment. The enemy tried to use the quiet hours to magnify what hurt you. He tried to take one concern and turn it into a future. He tried to take one delay and call it failure. He tried to take one closed door and call it rejection. He tried to take one lonely night and tell you that you are alone. But I am using the same quiet hours to expose the lie and break its hold. What the enemy tried to use as a weapon, I am turning into revelation. What he tried to use to exhaust you, I am using to awaken discernment. What he tried to use to trap you in fear, I am using to show you where fear has been pretending to be truth. The battlefield has been in your mind, but your mind does not belong to fear. Your thoughts do not have the final authority over your life. The loudest thought is not always the truest thought. The most familiar fear is not the voice of destiny. And the burden that surfaced in the night does not get to rule your mind anymore. A stronghold begins when a lie is repeated until it feels like truth. I am behind. I am forgotten. I will not make it. I am alone. I have missed my moment. Nothing is changing. I have to fix this by myself. If I stop worrying, everything will fall apart. If I rest, I will lose control. If I surrender, I will be disappointed. Beloved, those thoughts may have sounded convincing because they have been circling for so long, but age does not make a lie holy. Repetition does not make fear prophetic. Anxiety does not become wisdom just because it knows how to sound urgent. So tonight, I am beginning to replace those lies with my truth. You are not behind my timing. You are being held within it. You are not forgotten because the answer has not arrived the way you expected. I know your name. I know your address. I know your need before you find the words to pray it. You are not alone in the room, not alone in the decision, not alone in the pressure, not alone in the waiting. I am with you in the dark, and I will still be with you when morning comes. You have not missed your moment because your life does not move outside my hand. I am able to restore time, redirect paths, reopen hope, and bring beauty out of what felt delayed. Your future is not being held together by your worry. Your family is not being held together by your fear. Your provision is not being held together by your panic. Your calling is not being held together by your sleeplessness. I am the one who holds all things together. I am the one who keeps watch. I am the one who neither slumbers nor sleeps. You do not have to stay awake to help me be faithful. Take a slow breath in. Let my truth enter the place where fear has been sitting. Breathe out and release the sentence you have repeated against yourself. Release, I am behind. Release, I am forgotten. Release, I will not make it. Release, I am alone. Release, I have missed my moment. Let those words fall out of your grip. They are not your identity. They are not your inheritance. They are not my voice over you. I kept you awake long enough to notice the burden, but I did not reveal it so you would keep carrying it. I revealed it so we could remove it together. I revealed it so the hidden thing would stop controlling you from the dark. I revealed it so your peace would no longer be stolen by a lie you never stopped to question. Tonight, beloved, I am questioning it with you. I am confronting it with truth. I am standing at the doorway of your mind like a guard, and I am saying, fear, you do not get to enter here the same way anymore. Your mind can be renewed. Your thoughts can be brought captive. Your heart can become quiet again. The burden may have been revealed in the night, but it will not reign over the night. The fear may have spoken loudly, but my peace speaks with authority. And as you stay with me here, as you breathe, as you listen, as you surrender, the grip of that hidden weight is loosening. The lie is losing its voice. The burden is losing its throne. And my peace is coming to guard what fear once tried to rule. Beloved, now that the burden has been revealed, do not make the mistake of believing every thought that rises from it. Not every thought deserves your agreement. Not every thought that enters your mind came from my truth. Some thoughts must be stopped at the gate. Some thoughts must be questioned before they become your language. Some thoughts must be taken captive and placed under the authority of my promise. The battlefield was in your mind, but the victory begins with surrender. It begins when you stop letting fear give instructions to your body. It begins when you stop letting anxiety become the voice you obey. It begins when the thought says, you are not safe, and you answer, I am held by the Lord. It begins when the thought says, nothing will change, and you answer, my times are in His hands. It begins when the thought says, stay awake and solve it all, and you answer, God is already watching over what I cannot control. I have not called you to be a prisoner inside your own mind. I have given you authority to bring every thought captive. That means you do not have to host every fear like it belongs in you. You do not have to sit with every accusation as if it has the right to counsel you. You do not have to bow to every mental picture of disaster. Fear may knock, but it does not have to move in. Worry may speak, but it does not have to lead. Anxiety may rise, but it does not have to reign. Listen to my promise in Philippians 4:6 and 7. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to me. And my peace, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. Beloved, this is not just a verse to memorize. This is a doorway out of torment. This is the pattern of your release. Bring it to me in prayer. Place it in my hands with surrender. Thank me before you understand how I will answer. And then my peace will stand guard over your heart and your mind. My peace is not fragile. My peace is not a mood that disappears when the room gets quiet. My peace stands like a soldier at the door of your thoughts. It guards what fear tried to invade. It watches over the places where panic used to enter freely. It surrounds your heart when your emotions feel exposed. It steadies your mind when your thoughts try to scatter. This peace does not need everything to be solved before it comes. It surpasses understanding. That means it can hold you even when you do not have explanations. It can quiet you even when answers are still unfolding. It can guard you even while the night is still dark. So pause with me now. Take a deep breath in, let your shoulders drop, unclench your jaw, let your hands loosen, even if you did not realize you were gripping so tightly. Feel the weight in your chest begin to soften under my care. Breathe in again, slowly. You are safe with me. Breathe out what cannot be fixed tonight. Breathe out the conversation you keep replaying. Breathe out the decision that feels too large. Breathe out the pressure to know everything before morning. Breathe out the fear that if you stop thinking about it, everything will fall apart. Now say this with your spirit, slowly and honestly. I release what I cannot control. I trust what I cannot see, and I place this night in your hands. Say it again, not as empty words, but as an act of surrender. I release what I cannot control. I trust what I cannot see, and I place this night in your hands. Let that sentence become a gate between you and the thoughts that tormented you. Let it become the prayer you return to when worry tries to rise again. Let it become the sound of your mind coming back under my peace. You have tried to carry what only I can hold. You have tried to predict what only I can reveal in time. You have tried to manage outcomes, protect people, prevent pain, avoid loss, fix delays, and secure tomorrow with the strength of your own thoughts. But I am here to tell you gently and firmly, your worrying has never been what kept the world turning. Your overthinking has never been the foundation of your future. Your sleeplessness has never been the reason I remain faithful. I do not need you to stay awake to keep the world in my hands. I do not need your panic to protect your family. I do not need your fear to guard your provision. I do not need your striving to complete my purpose. When you sleep, I am still God. When you rest, I am still working. When your eyes close, my eyes remain open. When your strength ends, my strength does not begin to fade. So tonight, let your mind stop obeying fear. Let it stop reporting to anxiety as if anxiety is Lord. Let it come back under my voice. Let it surrender to the one who is already guarding the night. Peace begins here, not when every problem is gone, but when you place every problem beneath my authority. Not when you understand every detail, but when you trust the one who sees what you cannot see. Not when your mind wins by striving harder, but when your spirit yields and says, Father, this belongs to you now. And as you surrender, the war inside begins to quiet. The thoughts lose their sharpness. The pressure loses its throne. The night becomes less like a battlefield and more like an altar. Here, you lay down control. Here, you stop agreeing with fear. Here, you receive the peace that guards your heart and mind. Rest is not weakness, beloved. Rest is trust. And tonight, trust is becoming your victory. And beloved, while you were surrendering, I was also protecting. There were doors you wanted opened quickly, answers you wanted immediately, people you wanted to understand you, plans you wanted to unfold without delay, and desires you thought would finally bring peace if they arrived on your timeline. But I saw what was behind the door before you ever reached for the handle. I saw motives you could not yet discern. I saw attachments that looked comforting but would have drained you. I saw opportunities that looked promising on the surface but were carrying a weight your spirit was not built to carry. Some doors closed while you were awake because I was protecting you. Some delays were not rejection, they were mercy. Some silence was not me ignoring you, it was me working carefully behind the curtain. Some things did not happen when you wanted them to happen, because I was shielding you from what you would have called a blessing too soon. You saw the waiting, I saw the trap, you saw the unanswered message. I saw the heart behind it, you saw the closed opportunity. I saw the burden attached to it. You saw the slower path. I saw the safer one. While you were counting hours in the dark, I was closing doors you did not have the strength to close yourself. While you were wondering why sleep would not come, I was shifting motives, exposing hearts, separating what was sent by me from what was sent to distract you. While your mind asked, why is this taking so long? My hand was moving things out of alignment with you, because they were not aligned with my peace for you. I was not delaying you to punish you. I was delaying what would have harmed you if it arrived before wisdom was formed, before truth was revealed, before your heart was ready to recognize the difference between desire and assignment. There were people you wanted to keep who could not carry your future with clean hands. There were plans you wanted to force that would have required you to abandon the peace I was teaching you to protect. There were decisions you almost made from fear, loneliness, pressure, or exhaustion. And in my mercy, I interrupted the momentum. I slowed the yes. I unsettled the path. I allowed discomfort to rise because comfort in the wrong direction can become a prison. And I love you too much to let you sleepwalk into what looks peaceful but is not safe. Do not mistake my quietness for absence. A surgeon is often quiet while working carefully. A shepherd may move silently while watching the edges of the field. A father may say little while, removing danger before the child understands what was near. I was not absent in the silence. I was attentive. I was guarding. I was arranging. I was protecting pieces of your life you did not know were exposed. You were asking me to make it happen, and I was answering by not allowing it to happen in a way that would cost you your peace, your clarity, your obedience, or your healing. This is why you can rest now. Because protection does not depend on your ability to predict every danger. You do not have to stay awake, scanning the future, trying to identify every hidden motive, every possible betrayal, every wrong turn, every unseen consequence. I see what you cannot see. I know what you do not know. I discern what is hidden beneath words, timing, appearances, invitations, and promises. My eyes are not closed when yours grow heavy. My wisdom is not limited when your understanding ends. So let the closed door be placed in my hands. Let the delay be placed in my hands. Let the silence be placed in my hands. Let the unanswered thing, the confusing thing, the almost thing, the thing that did not happen the way you prayed, be placed in my hands. You may not yet know what I protected you from, but one day peace will make sense of what pain could not explain. One day you will see that my no was not cruelty. My wait was not neglect. My silence was not abandonment. It was covering. It was mercy. It was love standing between you and what you could not yet discern. Tonight, beloved, stop fighting the door I have closed. Stop losing sleep over the path I did not bless. Stop calling yourself rejected when I have been guarding you. What felt like delay in the dark may have been my hand protecting your future. And because I am guarding what you cannot see, you do not have to remain awake trying to guard it for me. Rest under my protection. Sleep beneath my wisdom. Let your heart become quiet in this truth. If I closed it, I can be trusted. If I delayed it, I can be trusted. If I kept you, even through the night, I can be trusted. And beloved, even the season that felt restless was not wasted in my hands. I know you counted some nights as lost because you did not sleep the way you wanted to sleep. You measured the hours by how tired you felt in the morning, by how many times you turned over, by how many thoughts returned after you tried to push them away. But I was measuring something deeper. I was watching discernment form in you. I was watching prayer become more honest in you. I was watching your spirit learn the difference between the voice that drives you into panic and the voice that draws you into trust. Fear has a sound, and my voice has a sound. Fear rushes. Fear accuses. Fear demands an answer before dawn. Fear says, if you do not fix this now, everything will fall apart. Fear says, you are alone with this. Fear says, you must carry what is unfinished. But my voice does not torment you. My voice may awaken you, but it does not crush you. My voice may reveal what needs attention, but it also gives grace to face it. My voice says, come closer. My voice says, be still. My voice says, I am with you. My voice says, you can surrender this and still be safe. This is part of what I was teaching you in the night. You were learning to recognize what does not come from me. You were learning that urgency is not always wisdom. You were learning that a racing thought is not always revelation. You were learning that not every heavy feeling deserves your obedience. And slowly, even through the tears, even through the long hours, even through the confusion, I was training your heart to pause before reacting, to pray before spiraling, to surrender before reaching for control. You thought you were only trying to survive the night, but I was preparing you for what comes next. You were not wasting time in the dark. You were being shaped right on time. There are things ahead of you that will require a peace deeper than convenience. There are decisions ahead that will require you to know my voice more clearly than the voice of pressure. There are doors ahead that will require you to move from discernment, not desperation. There are blessings ahead that you cannot carry well if fear is still allowed to govern your inner life. So I allowed the night to become a classroom of trust, not a place of punishment, not a place of abandonment. A classroom, a holy place, where I taught you how to breathe again when answers were not immediate. A quiet room where I taught you how to pray with honesty instead of performing strength. A hidden altar where I showed you that you can lay something down without knowing how I will solve it. You learned that surrender is not giving up. Surrender is placing the weight where it belongs. You learned that rest is not denial. Rest is confidence that I am still working when you are not. Peace, beloved, is not the absence of unanswered questions. Peace is my presence in the middle of them. Peace is not waiting until every bill is paid, every relationship is healed, every door is opened, every diagnosis is reversed, every promise is visible, every detail is explained. Peace is knowing that I am near before the answer arrives. Peace is letting me guard your heart while the story is still unfolding. Peace is sleeping under my faithfulness when the circumstances have not yet changed. This is the different kind of peace I have been preparing in you. Not fragile peace that only survives when life is easy. Not shallow peace that disappears whenever someone says the wrong thing, whenever plans shift, whenever delay comes, whenever silence stretches longer than expected. I am forming in you a guarded peace, a mature peace, a peace that can stand in the room with unanswered questions and still say, my Father is here. A peace that can feel pressure and still choose prayer. A peace that can notice fear and still refuse to obey it. Do not despise how I formed you. Do not call the season useless because it was uncomfortable. A seed spends time hidden before it breaks through the ground. A foundation is laid before anyone celebrates the building. Roots grow in places no one applauds, but without them, the tree cannot stand. In the same way, I was doing hidden work in you. I was deepening your roots. I was strengthening your inner life. I was teaching you to stop depending on perfect circumstances before you believe you are safe. Tonight, look back with new eyes. Those nights did not defeat you. They developed discernment. They taught you where fear had been loud. They taught you where control had been exhausting you. They taught you where your heart still needed my comfort. They taught you that you can come to me without polished words, without perfect faith, without knowing what to do next. And every time you whispered my name in the dark, even weakly, even through tears, you were learning to trust. Now let that lesson settle gently in you. Take a slow breath in and receive the truth that nothing has been wasted. Breathe out and release the accusation that you are behind. You are not behind my timing. You are not late to your healing. You are not disqualified because the process took longer than you expected. You are being shaped right on time for what I am bringing next. The sleepless season was preparing you for a peace that does not depend on perfect circumstances, and that peace is already beginning to rise within you, not because every question has been answered, but because I am here. Not because every burden has disappeared, but because you are learning where to place it. Not because the night was easy, but because you discovered that I was faithful in it. Rest now in what I have formed. Rest in what I am still forming. The classroom of the night has taught you trust, and the peace you are receiving will go with you into the morning. And now, beloved, hear me clearly. Tonight that cycle changes. The pattern that has followed you from one night to the next does not get the final word over you. The fear that waited until the lights went out, the memories that waited until the room became quiet, the dread that tried to climb into bed beside you, the shame that whispered when your body was already tired, the mental exhaustion that made rest feel far away, all of it must come under my authority now. You have known what it is to lie down and feel your mind wake up with questions. You have known what it is to be physically still while thoughts run in every direction. You have known what it is to close your eyes and suddenly remember what hurt you, what you fear, what you cannot fix, what you still do not understand. But I am here to tell you that your nights are not owned by fear. Your pillow is not an altar for anxiety. Your bedroom is not a battlefield where torment is allowed to rule without resistance. I am stepping into that place with my peace, and my peace has authority over what kept returning. No more lying down under condemnation. No more letting old mistakes preach louder than my mercy. No more allowing one regret to replay until it feels like your identity. No more surrendering the pillow to fear. No more giving the quiet hours to thoughts that do not come from my heart. No more letting tomorrow steal tonight's grace. Tomorrow has its own mercy waiting for it, and tonight has mercy too. Tonight has covering. Tonight has protection. Tonight has my presence. Tonight has enough grace for your breathing, enough peace for your mind, enough strength for your surrender. I am not breaking this cycle by demanding that you become stronger on your own. I am breaking it by bringing you under my care. I am not asking you to wrestle every thought until you are exhausted. I am teaching you to bring every thought beneath my truth. When fear says, "This will never end," my peace says, "I am making all things new." When dread says, "You will not have what you need," my peace says, "I am your shepherd, you shall not want." When shame says, "You are still what you did," my mercy says, "You are forgiven, covered, and called forward." When anxiety says, "Stay awake and protect yourself," my voice says, "Lie down, beloved, because I am your keeper." Tonight, I declare freedom over the nightly loop, freedom from overthinking that circles the same wound without healing it, freedom from dread that turns possibilities into punishments before they ever arrive, freedom from shame that drags the past into the present and calls it wisdom, freedom from exhaustion that makes you feel trapped inside your own mind, freedom from the lie that you must keep worrying in order to remain responsible, freedom from the fear that if you rest, something will fall apart. You can be responsible and still rest. You can care deeply and still surrender. You can have unfinished things in your life and still sleep under my protection. You can wait for answers and still have peace. You can be healing and still be held. You can be tired and still be loved. None of this disqualifies you from my nearness. None of this pushes me away. I do not come only when your thoughts are organized. I do not come only when your emotions are clean and easy to explain. I come into the honest room. I come into the tired mind. I come into the place where you whisper, "Father, I cannot keep living like this." And I answer, "My child, tonight that changes." Let this be the turning point, not because you forced your mind into silence, but because you received my peace as a guard. Not because every problem disappeared, but because fear lost permission to govern the night. Not because you have become untouchable by concern, but because concern no longer gets to become your master. My peace stands at the door of your heart. My peace stands at the door of your mind. My peace stands between you and the thought that keeps trying to drag you back into the same restless place. So right now, agree with me. Let your spirit say yes to what I am doing. If you are listening and you know this word is for you, write this as your declaration. Tonight, I receive God's peace. Write it not as performance, not to impress anyone, not because you must prove your faith, but as an act of agreement. Let that sentence become a marker in the night. Tonight, I receive God's peace. Let it be your refusal to keep partnering with fear. Let it be your quiet stand against the cycle that tried to keep repeating. Let it be your amen to the peace I am releasing over you. And if you need prayer for peace, sleep, healing, protection, or clarity, leave your prayer request there too. Do not carry it alone in silence. Let the place where fear tried to isolate you become a place of shared prayer. Let others stand with you. Let your need be surrounded by faith. There is no shame in asking for prayer. There is no weakness in saying, "I need peace tonight." I see the tear you do not know how to explain. I hear the request before anyone else reads it. And even as you write it, even as you release it, I am near. Beloved, the cycle can break tonight. The fear that returned again and again is not stronger than my promise. The anxiety that visited your nights is not stronger than my presence. The thoughts that wore you down are not stronger than my truth. I am not only calming this one night, I am teaching your soul a new pattern. Instead of panic, prayer. Instead of replaying, releasing. Instead of dread, trust. Instead of shame, mercy. Instead of exhaustion, guarded rest. Breathe in slowly. Receive my peace. Breathe out slowly. Release the cycle. Again, breathe in, and let my presence fill the places fear kept touching. Breathe out, and let the old pattern loosen. You are not ending this night the way you entered it. You are not under the same weight. You are not alone with the same fear. I am with you, and I am breaking the agreement between your nights and anxiety. Tonight, your mind comes back under my care. Tonight, your heart comes back under my covering. Tonight, the peace that surpasses understanding begins to guard you where fear once returned. Now, beloved, place every unfinished thing into my hands. Do not carry it one more hour as if the night depends on your strength. Do not rehearse it one more time as if replaying the pain will heal it. Do not hold the unanswered questions so tightly that your own soul cannot breathe. I am here, and I am inviting you into the holy exchange. Your burden for my peace, your pressure for my presence, your fear for my covering, your unfinished things for my faithful hands. So slow down with me now. Let this become a prayer, not rushed, not performed, not forced. Let it rise from the tired place in you. Let it come honestly. Lord, I give you this day. I give you what happened, what did not happen, what I understood, and what still feels confusing. I give you the words I wish I had said, and the words I wish I had never heard. I give you the moments that felt heavy, the decisions that felt too large, the emotions I could not explain, and the silence that made my heart ache. I place this day into your hands because I was never meant to carry it through the night. Give me the unanswered question. Give me the thing your mind keeps circling. Give me the why, the when, the how, the what if, the what now. Give me the question you have turned over again and again until it became heavier than the answer itself. Say it with your spirit. Lord, I give you what my mind keeps replaying. I give you the conversation that will not stop returning. I give you the memory that keeps pressing on my chest. I give you the fear hidden inside the question. I do not need to solve this before I sleep. I do not need to understand everything before I rest. I trust you with what I cannot yet explain. Now give me the person you cannot change. Give me the one you keep worrying about, the one you keep trying to fix, the one whose choices have weighed on your heart. Give me the person who hurt you, the person you miss, the person you are afraid of losing, the person you wish would finally understand. You can love them without carrying them as your burden. You can pray for them without letting their decisions rule your peace. Say this slowly. Lord, I place this person in your hands. I release my need to control what only you can touch. I release the responsibility I picked up out of fear. I trust you to work where my words cannot reach. Give me the decision you cannot force. Give me the door you keep pushing. Give me the timing you keep trying to command. Give me the path that feels unclear and the pressure to choose before you have peace. I am not asking you to abandon wisdom. I am asking you to stop letting fear pretend to be wisdom. Say, Lord, guide me in your timing. Close what is not from you. Open what is covered by your peace. Quiet every false urgency. Teach me to move when you lead and rest when you tell me to wait. Give me the outcome you cannot control. Give me tomorrow. Give me the result. Give me the response. Give me the appointment, the provision, the healing, the relationship, the opportunity, the future. Place it before me now and say, Lord, I give you what my hands cannot fix. I give you what my strength cannot hold together. I give you the weight I was never meant to carry. I surrender the outcome to you, not because I do not care, but because I trust you more than I trust my fear. And now I declare my protection over you. I cover this room with my peace. I cover this bed with my presence. I cover the doorway, the windows, the quiet corners, the place where your body will rest and the place where your thoughts have been loud. I guard your mind from tormenting thoughts. I guard your heart from fear-filled imaginations. I guard your sleep from confusion and spiritual heaviness. I guard your dreams from every image, memory, and lie that would try to disturb your rest. No lie has authority here. The lie that says you are alone must be silent. The lie that says you are unsafe must bow. The lie that says you must stay awake to keep everything from falling apart is broken now. The lie that says I have forgotten you is uprooted from your heart. You are not abandoned. You are not exposed. You are not uncovered in the dark. I am with you. I am before you. I am behind you. I am around you. I am the keeper who does not sleep. I speak protection over your family. I speak peace over those you love. I speak covering over your future. I speak clarity over your mind. I speak mercy over your memories. I speak rest over your body. I speak stillness over every racing thought. No weapon formed against your peace shall prosper. No tormenting thought gets to rule this night. No shadow gets to convince you that I am absent. My presence fills this room. My peace stands guard. My love settles over you like a blanket, gentle and strong, quiet and sure. Breathe in my peace now. Breathe out the pressure. Breathe in and receive the truth that you do not have to finish everything tonight. Breathe out and release the need to control what belongs in my hands. Again, breathe in my peace. Let your shoulders soften. Let your chest loosen. Let your jaw unclench. Let your hands open. Breathe out the weight, the fear, the replay, the striving, the burden. Lie down knowing you are watched over by the one who never sleeps. Rest becomes possible when every unfinished thing is placed into my hands instead of being carried through the night. And tonight, beloved, it is in my hands. Your room is covered. Your mind is guarded. Your heart is held. Your future is not outside my care. Sleep now under my watch. I am here, and I will keep you in peace. So sleep now, beloved, under the peace that guards you. Let this night end differently than it began. You entered it with questions, with heaviness, with thoughts that would not quiet themselves. But I have met you here. I have taken what was unfinished. I have covered what felt exposed. I have spoken over what fear tried to claim. You are held, you are covered, you are not forgotten, and the peace of God is guarding your heart and your mind tonight. This sleeplessness was not empty. It was not wasted. It was not proof that I had left you alone in the dark. I was drawing your attention to what needed healing. I was showing you what needed release. I was protecting you from what you could not see. I was teaching your heart to trust me with what your hands cannot hold. The night that felt restless has become a place of revelation. The hour that felt heavy has become an altar of surrender. The silence that felt lonely has become a room filled with my presence. Now receive the blessing of rest. May your breathing slow under my care. May your thoughts settle like quiet waters after the wind has passed. May your body soften, your shoulders lower, your chest loosen, and every place that has been tense begin to release. May your mind stop reaching for answers I have already promised to handle. May your heart stop bracing for harm and begin to trust the covering around you. May your spirit rest beneath my wings, safe, guarded, and deeply loved. I bless your sleep with peace. I bless your dreams with stillness. I bless your room with my presence. I bless your mind with clarity and quiet. I bless your body with renewal. I bless your heart with the assurance that you are not alone. No fear is allowed to follow you into rest. No tormenting thought is allowed to stand at the doorway of your mind. No old cycle gets to rule this night. My peace stands guard now. My love keeps watch now. My hand remains upon you now. You do not have to stay awake to prove that you care. You do not have to keep thinking to prove that you are responsible. You do not have to solve tomorrow before you receive tonight's mercy. Lie down as my beloved child. Lie down as one who is watched over. Lie down knowing that I am still working, still guarding, still leading, still holding every detail you placed in my hands. If this prayer helped you release the night, like this video as your quiet agreement with peace. Subscribe for more messages of peace and protection, so you can return to this place of rest whenever your heart feels heavy. Share this with someone who has been awake with a burden they do not know how to lay down. And leave your prayer request below because you do not have to carry it alone. Let others stand with you in faith and know that I hear you before the words are even written. Now, before you rest, write this as your final declaration. I will sleep in God's peace tonight. Let it be your amen. Let it be your surrender. Let it be the last agreement your heart makes before sleep. The night can end in peace because I have turned your restlessness into revelation, your burden into surrender, and your fear into guarded rest. Sleep now, beloved. I am here. My peace is guarding you. End quote. Amen.